Okay, this is video number 1. We're going to create an egg-shaped slab for our relief sculpture. So our goal is to make a sculpture something like this, where it's about this size, it's about this thick. You can see how thick it is. It's got the realistic proportions we talked about from our drawings last week. So the rule of halves, the eyes halfway between the top of the head and the bottom of the chin, bottom of the nose halfway between the eyes and the bottom of the chin, and the bottom of the mouth halfway between the nose and the bottom of the chin. Ears line up with the nose. So this does the same thing here. We don't really see ears on here because it doesn't stick out that much. It does stick out quite a bit though. So what do we need to do to get started? Well, you need a 5x7 piece of clay. We're going portrait position right here, and you'll need a piece of clay. I will cut a piece about this big. Step 1, roll this into a ball. It doesn't have to be a perfect ball, and you can not necessarily roll it, but just press it into a ball. So if you cup your hands like this, just cup them on both sides and just start pressing it in, and you get a pretty good ball shape. Don't set it down. It's going to flatten if you start tapping it or rolling it. It's not always the best way. You can try rolling it between your hands. That helps as well. Doesn't have to be a perfect sphere. That's good enough, right? Just kind of ball shape. We're going to mess this up anyway. Now we're going to turn the ball into an egg shape, and we're just going to put it in our hands at an angle, kind of like with our hands at a V shape like this, and just kind of roll it like this. And I'm pushing down, so it's kind of becoming skinnier on the bottom and fatter on the top. And once I get pretty close, I can just take some adjustments just by pinching it. I want to get sort of an egg shape, and it'll be a little bit bigger than a chicken egg. Maybe a goose egg, not that big, okay? Don't want to get too pointy on the bottom. And once you get a pretty good egg shape, then set it down, see how that looks, make adjustments as needed, and then you're going to just flatten it down just by pushing it down. It helps if you roll it over a few times, okay? And as you do this, you can see it's getting thinner. It's too thick right now. We need to make it about this thin. But we can also kind of round it. So I'm pushing on the edges here. So I want it to be sort of rounded this way and rounded this way, just like human heads are, as I flatten it down. And I don't want to make it too big. Pretend like this is a portrait and I need to have room for the head and maybe part of the neck and the shoulders. So if this fits in here, that looks pretty good right there. Make it a little bit thinner. Makes it a little bit bigger, so it fills up this space pretty good. You may have a piece of clay that's a little smaller than this. Maybe it makes it a little bit smaller. That's fine too. If it's too big, just break off a piece and then just kind of work on that egg shape a little bit. All right, and then you'll be ready for the next video and getting it ready for the rule of halves.